we made the starter into 2 different bowls so that we could compare King Arthur flour with Costco bread flour. So I put my starter in overnight. I put the dough all together. I weighed all the ingredients so everything has the same gram count. Now we have in the morning the difference. So we have Costco bread flour and the King Arthur flour. So here we go here. So now what we're going to do is raise it. We're going to form it into 2 bread loaves per bowl. So I'm going to have 4 loaves. So I'm going to have 2 King Arthur and I'm going to have 2 Costco bread. Now, typically I bake in these bread pans. Those are my favorite, but to try to keep things even, so to speak, and consistent with our experiment, I have 2 of the bread pans that are exactly the same. So I will be doing 2 in each. So I've got 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. So I'm going to go ahead and form these into bread loaves and put them in, and then we'll come back. All right, so we are going to form, make myself shorter. We are going to form the 2 bread loaves first for the King Arthur. I'm going to show you how I do that. So this is the risen dough we made last night. So last night we've got the starter. We added flour, water, honey, and salt. That's all we did. And I usually use 6 cups of flour, so I weighed it last night on my food scale so I can make sure that we did the same gram count in the Costco flour versus the King Arthur flour. So I did end up doing 888 grams. So here we have our dough, and it's not quite as sticky as other doughs that I have used in the past when I have used my Walmart First Treat because I couldn't find the other bread flour at the time, or when I've used Costco. So this is a little bit less sticky. So that's actually nice. It's going to be sticky when it's sourdough, but it's nice that it's a little bit less sticky. I'm going to take my little cutter here, cut this down, and then I just knead it out just a little bit and then form it into the loaf to put in the pan. So I fold the 2 ends on each other and then I fold it in like an envelope, and I do that a couple times. So it's a nice little rectangle. And then what we're going to do with this is let it sit in the loaf pan itself for a couple hours so it can do its raising again. I'm going to use this one. So here it is here. Put it in, and then I kind of spread it out so it goes up in the pan. I only do a few pull and folds when I do the bread, and so far it's worked out just fine. So I'm just trying to do things like I normally do them. So there's that one. Now this one we are going to put in the other pan here. So I'm going to bring these ends together, fold and roll them in, bring my ends together, fold and roll them in, bring my ends together, fold and roll them in. This is typically what I do when I'm making my bread. Okay, so it gives me a nice little rectangle here. So now, this is nice. This is really getting sticky because all that flour I got has been pretty much incorporated now. All right, so I have a nice little rectangle. You can see that air bubble that's on the top there. All right, so we're going to put that in this glass bowl. Spread it out just a smidge. And now I'll do the same thing for my Costco bread flour. Okay, now we're going to get this Costco bread flour out onto our mat here. This is just one of those pastry mats from Pampered Chef that I like. I've had it for years. I use it for everything. This one is significantly wetter, but I use the same gram count on both the ingredients. It's a lot wetter. Smells more sour also, which is not a bad thing. It's just a difference. So put most of that in here. I'm gonna need more flour and break this stuff up. This is sticky. You see this? Okay. Go ahead and cut that. I kind of cut it. Super wet. bit. I'm gonna get some flour in my hands
Hey, Billy, you should look in the garage. Huh?
so I can form
You should
this
look in the garage.
a little
Already
bit
went out
better.
there.
Did Daddy get my double stroller out?
Not yet. She's getting it.
Okay.
I'll go check.
Alright, so let's see how sticky this is. This is nuts. So now I'm gonna just put some flour on top to get it so I can like manage it.
Put it in the truck to get it taken away.
No, I'm gonna put it in the Odyssey. Okay. It's like Swamp Thing over here. Alright. Here we go. Well, there you go. We already got a difference with how sticky this is. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna get a little more. A little more flour. What kind of flour? I'm putting the King Arthur on there because I'm really just using this so I can manage the dough. It's open and it's close to me. So this one I've moved around a little bit already. I couldn't do the folds and stuff as well because it's just so sticky. So I'm just doing some of that and forming it loosely. Fold up on each other with this little guy helping me out here.
I told him we want to get in the Odyssey mode.
Thank you. Alright, so put that guy in here. Get it all smoothed out. Alright. Got a nice little air bubble there. So here's this one. Oh, we have our Costco and we have our King Arthur. Alright, now I'll go ahead and form the rest of this to put in the other one. Yeah, usually it's not this wet. And I think I usually have a little bit more flour in there when I'm measuring this because I think maybe the King Arthur, I don't know, maybe it's just denser. So it weighed more. So we'll see. 888 grams of flour is what I used, which is about 6 cups. Moving that around just a smidge. Now I'm going to try to get this in the shape of an actual loaf. Fold it up on itself. Fold it over on itself. Get kind of a rectangular cylinder going on here. It's so sticky. There we go. We'll go this way. Alright. So, get some more flour. Smooth it out without it sticking on my hands. We're cleaning out the garage today, and I have a lot of kids, so I have this quadruple stroller that I'm going to pass on to another lady who has a couple kids already, but is now having twins. So, here's this one, and then here's the King Arthur one. So, now what I'm going to do is put these all in a row here. So, I'm actually going to put the 2 King Arthurs beside each other and the 2 Costco ones beside each other, and I'm going to cover it with a tea towel, and then we're going to leave it for several hours, probably 2 hours. Depending on if I get too distracted, it could be 3, but usually I do about 2 hours. So, we will cover those up here. Ready? Okay, these are the 2 King Arthur loaves. These are the 2 Costco bread flour loaves. As the dough has risen, we're about to put them in the oven. So you can see here, side profile and side profile. Okay, I pulled these fresh out of the oven. This side is King Arthur, and this side is Costco bread flour. Look pretty close, you guys. I think the King Arthur one formed nicely, but so did this one, I say. It all looks really nice. That's the Costco one. King Arthur one. Okay, finally finished baking all 4 loaves. So here they are. Kind of hard to get in one shot. These 2 are my King Arthur loaves, and these 2 are my Costco bread loaves. So this one just came out of the oven. That's in the normal pan I use, and this was in the glass pan that I normally use. This one is significantly higher. I don't know if the glass has anything to do with that, but my 2 King Arthurs are a little more robust than my 2 bread flours from Costco. Now we're going to do a taste test to see how they taste, but as far as appearances go, I would be happy with any of these. Okay, I'm going to shrink myself down. So this is the King Arthur flour, and this is the Costco bread flour. So what I'm going to do is cut a few slices off of here. That's what the inside looks like here. I'm going to cut a few slices off each loaf while they're nice and warm. And then we're going to do a blind taste test with my family that's here. And that will give us a good amount. That bread feels really nice. It's like super soft, spongy. This will cut a little easier when it's cooled down a little bit. When it's warm, you know, it's a little rough to cut because I don't want to squish it too bad. But look at that. That is nice. So that's our King Arthur. Now to Costco. This one feels a wee bit firmer for cutting. I'm using the same ones that were in the same dark pans, so that I'm using both of those and not the ones that were in the glass pan in my other bigger metal pan. Okay, so check this out. King Arthur. And then Costco. So it is bigger. We have bigger bubbles in this side than this side. I mean, they feel pretty similar though. What do you guys think? This one looks lighter too. Isn't that funny? Okay, let's do one more piece. And then what I'm going to do is cut them into like breadsticks so that they can all have a taste. And then I'm going to have one of them give it to me so I can have a blind taste test. All right. So, here we go. I'll show you here. This one's lighter as far as coloring. Their holes are pretty similar though. There we go. So we're going to do our taste test now. I have this plate of bread, and I have this plate of bread. Everybody's going to take one from each, and then tell Daddy which one they like the most for which plate. He's going to keep tally. Okay, go ahead and take one. Keep track of which is on which side. No, you have to take one. This is on the right side, so take a taste of that, and then taste the left side, and then go tell Daddy which one you like.
Keep the left in your left hand, the right in your right hand. Come here, Scarlett.
Okay, go talk to Daddy.
That's fine. Come
Keep
over
their
here,
left in the
someone.
left and the right in the right. Then you can just show Daddy which one you like. Then he can look at your hands. All right.
Come here. Stand back here.
Right side. Keep that on your right hand, and then take one for your left hand. Okay. Keep them in the correct hands. Daddy, you want me to come bring you some? 7 taste testers. We had everybody take one piece of bread from my left plate, which was Costco, and a piece of my right plate, which was King Arthur. And what's our results?
4 and 3.
4 and 3. 4 for Costco, 4 for Costco bread, flour, and 3 for King Arthur. Now, I did the same amount of ingredients as measuring the grams. I cooked them the same amount of time because I put them in at the exact same time. The King Arthur did seem to rise a little bit higher. Felt just a little bit softer. The Costco bread tasted more sour and it was more crusty. So it was more of a chewy crust on the outside. But the King Arthur flour was not as sour, but the texture was still amazing, and the crust wasn't bad, but they were very, very similar. If we were going to base it off just this experiment, I can go ahead and make Costco bread flour because it's $6 for 25 pounds. Yeah, so there you go. Costco versus King Arthur. In this situation, King Arthur was the loser and Costco was the winner. Maybe we'll try this again with cookies and pancakes. Just by one. But it was like 50-50. But I'm going with cost value because I